Let's talk about homelessness for a quick second. I want to back up just a couple of steps. You've taken your share of grief over the homeless situation, the homeless encampments, other things over the past couple of years. I want to back up just a quick sec, Mayor, and just where do you see the homeless issue actually starting from? What's the problem here? Is it drug abuse? Is it lack of income, family problems? Where do you personally see the homeless problem germinating from here in Albuquerque?
Well, I think it's a confluence of several things. I know that makes it hard. You know, it's not like a politician answer. It's just true. Right. The lived experience of homeless folks is across a wide spectrum, and it has been for a long time. And that's also why it makes it, difficult to solve. Right. So typically, what we know is the path into being on the street in terms of homelessness does involve fentanyl. I mean, fentanyl is destroying America, and it's destroying Albuquerque. That is abundantly clear, and you can actually smell it if you drive around town. I mean, this is how big a deal it is. Now, that's a piece of it, but that's usually further down the journey to homelessness. Like, it usually doesn't start with fentanyl. It does start with pressures around things like rent. It starts with people trying to get out of domestic violence situations. It starts with healthcare issues that, again, sort of drain up all the funds and, chronic illness and so forth. There's definitely a mental health piece. There's definitely a behavioral health piece for other substance abuse. So all of those are areas. And there is also a sliver of folks who, they've had multiple jobs and they may have, gotten themselves in a place where they just can't get that sustainable job, and it's actually just makes more sense for them to sort of restart. So all of those things come into play, but I know when you see, the encampments and things like this, that's where the fentanyl takes hold, and that makes it very hard to get people out of that situation, because it's more than just saying, let's find you a job, or let's find you a place to stay. They need behavioral health treatment.
Let's talk about safe outdoor spaces. Obviously, you are the lead face to have this happen here in Albuquerque. Anything you've learned over the last couple of years? There's been so much pushback, so much public input. Have you changed your sort of mindset about safe outdoor spaces at this point?
The irony about this is I'm not the lead face. The Councilor Bassan, this was her idea. And she came to me and she said, I'd like to try this. And I said, let's go to Denver and take a look. And we looked at it. And I said, it's worth trying. I've never said that it's the be-all, end-all to anything. I think it's a small tool that we should try. And again, in Albuquerque, we have a lot of challenges. So I'm open to any idea that might work. And safe outdoor spaces is one of them. But I actually think it really is only applicable to a small amount of folks. But we still should try it. And so the irony about them flip-flopping and then sending me all these bills to kill safe outdoor spaces, I know what we need most importantly. The biggest thing is the gateway. And that's what I am the face of, and I have owned from day one. We've got to get a quarter of our unhoused in to find help.
Gotcha.
That's not going to happen to safe outdoor space.
Right.
It will happen. That hospital used to help 1,000 people a day with health and healing. And I think by this time next year, it's going to be about doing the same thing. Yes. That will make a noticeable difference. It will help thousands of people every day. That's what I'm focused on.
We've gotten a lot of feedback from the faith community that they're willing, with their own property and putting their own money into the situation, they're willing to do safe outdoor spaces. Have you had a conversation with the faith leadership around town about this?
Oh yeah, well now, fast forward, because I've had to veto every measure that tries to kill it. We have, and actually we work with them on their plan, and we also subsidize them. So there's a fund that they also, council voted to kill, and I vetoed and kept. So we are working with them, and I'm excited to give it a try. Don't get me wrong, it is a tool that we want to try. But the volume, you have to look at the volume. If there's 5,000 unhoused, maybe we can help a couple of hundred in safe outdoor spaces. I'll take it. We will change 100 people's lives. It's worth it to do it. But I also know we need to help thousands of people a day, and that's what the Gateway Center is all about. So it's about both. And the faith community, by the way, they've been with me and our administration from COVID to now homelessness, and I'm grateful for them. And even Muslim shootings in between. And we have an amazing interfaith community in Albuquerque, and it's something that we pray together and we work together. And it's been a special experience, even for me as mayor.
I'm interested in knowing or hearing from you your frustration level with council right now. Where are you at with city council?
Believe it or not, on big things, we actually work quite well.
Okay.
The budget, I think on these zoning changes for housing, we'll see how it plays out, but I think they've been very receptive. And a lot of our votes on major issues have been very bipartisan. So ironically, also I think, when it matters, I think we've been doing a good job and having a nice back and forth with respect to policymaking. Now, on the small stuff, I do think there are councilors who become much more political. Like their whole goal is just to make me look bad. And that's frankly what it sounds like when I watch them. And I think that's unfortunate. It's okay. You can take your shots at outcomes and activities, but I see it much, much more personal for a couple of councilors, and also against city staff. I always say you can take all the shots you want at me, but leave the police alone. Leave our homeless division people, leave them alone personally. Right. Don't criticize that they're not doing enough. These people live and breathe trying to help Albuquerque. And so take it out on me instead. Sure. And so that, I think, has been the rub. And you see that play out in public. And I think that's why people think that relations aren't as good. But I will say this, they have been great on the big issues. And that's actually what's most important in the long run.
Last question, and we want to thank you again for coming in. Are you thinking about a third term? Is that a possibility to finish some of the things you have started? I've known a lot of politicians, and that frustrates them terribly, to start something and not be able to get something down the road. Is that something that beats in your heart?
You were definitely the first person to ask me this one. So, I have said, first off, I do love this job, and I am very sensitive to getting things done. And I know we lost a lot during the pandemic. So I'm absolutely open to it. But, look, it's 3 years away. We've got lots of runway. But, I hope as long as people will have me in any position, I came, and decided to dedicate my life to public service. And so I'm totally open to it, absolutely. But I also know it's a long ways out, and it's at the end of the day, not even my choice. So we'll see how much people are interested in a third term. But let me say this,
please.
I have noticed, mayors in other cities, there is a trend for term limits, but it's 3 terms. That's right. In Denver and in other cities, it's not 2. And I think it's a reflection of just the length of things like even the rail trail. That project's going to take 10 years. Right. The Gateway, I think we're going to be in a good place in this term, but you do see an acknowledgement around the country. Louisville is the same way. So for mayors, 3 terms seems to be what people are comfortable with. So we'll see.
Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller, thank you for coming in, seeing us here at New Mexico PBS.
Thank you.